What's up guys, I'm Sheldon Zam, and in this video we're going to review the lyrics of Taylor Swift's new album Evermore, and specifically the lyrics of the song Willow. Now, the nice thing about YouTube is that it's a two-way thing. This isn't the final video, but there are you and there are both of us in this video, and so I'm going to share with you what I feel some of these lyrics mean. I don't understand all of them, but that's the cool thing about you. Maybe some big Taylor Swift fans who have a deeper insight, maybe you know exactly what she's talking about. I would like to hear from you as well in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but I did listen to this song and did a review of it in my previous video, and it was actually pretty cool. I'm not sorry to admit that either. So check out that video if you haven't yet. Also, why am I doing this? Well, I am a singer, songwriter. I like poetry. In fact, I give guitar lessons. I'll be doing it online. So if you want to learn any of Taylor Swift's new songs, you can sign up for that. I will leave the email in the description where you can organize that. And one more plug before we jump into this. A friend of mine, a client of mine also, Lily Hollows. She's a musician in South Africa. She just released a music video called Rebuild, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It's about rebuilding the country, the brokenness of South Africa, and how do we rebuild that. That is what my heart is for. You can check out my channel description. I want to see unity in South Africa, so that's super important to me. So I have to give you that plug. But for those who came for this lyric review, we're going to jump into it right now. So verse 1 starts off with, "I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night, rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife." So yeah, I obviously see that, she might appear like not smooth and have a somewhat jagged appearance, but obviously for a ship, the water is not really resistant. In fact, a ship floats on water, so it works together with the water. And yeah, she's referring to this person, this entity, as a ship, setting the scene. Okay, cool. And then she says, "And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from that look on your face." So basically, if what she saw on his face that night determined everything, she never would have known. Never would have known what? Let's look and find out. "Lost in your current, I'm like a priceless wine." Now she compares this person to being the water, and again that imagery of water coming up, and she is now something, the other entity that's inside the water, the priceless wine. And if you think about wine getting lost in a current, it's almost like the wine gets diluted in the water and it goes wherever the water goes. Now here the chorus is, and it's quite a catchy chorus. Well done for this. "The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand. Wreck my plans, that's my man." So this is very interesting. Normally you would consider someone who wrecks your plans not someone you would want to associate with. In fact, normally people want to dissociate with someone like that. But she's claiming that to be her man, which is very interesting over here. And I'm just getting a sense of she wants to get lost in adventure and she wants to be led in that. So this is a theme I've also identified in a book I'm reading called Wild at Heart by John Aldridge, saying that women want to be led up in adventure. They want to be, caught up in adventure and really just led into this. And it feels like that is what Taylor is writing about here, that she wants to get lost in an adventure. She then says in verse 2, "Life was a hollow and it began to bend right to your wind. Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in, as if you were a mythical thing." This already is interesting. What kind of being is so big that it can bend the whole tree, the whole willow that is your life? I would say that God is someone who can do something like that. Also though, if you are someone who's completely infatuated with someone else, you can be blown left or right by that person. So I'm not sure yet who it is. I would like to hear what you guys think over here. But then she goes on to say, as if you were a mythical thing. And mythical, spiritual, those things often go hand in hand together. And I believe God is quite spiritual as well. So that is interesting. Like you were a trophy or a champion ring, but there's one prize I would cheat to win. Now, what is this? Is maybe saying that this guy is a trophy or something like this is levels for her, this is achievement. And maybe this is something that she's infatuated with, and that is how it could blow the whole thing that is her life. Even something she would cheat to win. That's interesting. Like if it was God, maybe something that you would be willing to find cheat ways to get access to, which is interesting. I wonder what that means. I'm not saying I'm right at all, so I would like to hear what you guys have to say. These are just my interpretations as I'm reading the lyrics. Then she jumps into the chorus again and ends with, wreck my plans, that's my man. But then she goes on further to say, you know that my train could take you home, anywhere else is hollow. Now this is where the name of the song comes in, hollow. Obviously really emphasizing this word of hollow. Now, my train could take you home. I don't know what that means. Is it like, okay, this is a guy that she really likes, and if he boarded her, that would lead to their home, that could take them to, to build a home or something like that. It's interesting. But also, anywhere else is hollow, saying anything that is not that isn't worth it. It's empty. Sure. And then again she says, I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. And here comes the bridge again. Life was a hollow, it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and again. But life was a willow, and it bent right to your wind. So you get a picture of, again, like just imagine this huge tree, like blowing in the wind, and whatever direction the wind is going, and they count me out time and again. Who is they? Who is they in this situation? What do you guys think that means? Because I don't see reference to they being mentioned anywhere else. It could be the people in the world, the people, who is they? But it ends with saying that, but I come back stronger than a 90s trend. So regardless of them counting her out, she still comes back. So that like that resurgence, that coming back, which is kind of cool. And it ties in very nicely with the music video as well. If you go take a look at the music video and how they jump back in time, and you see the trends, the old-fashioned trends that I predict people are going to look at the music video and get some tips from. Verse 3 then says, wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the places where the others gave you scars. Now that's interesting. It's like a little secret rendezvous with a date, and just opening up about your insecurities, being open with someone is the vibe I get, and just that open, honest kind of relationship. Now she says again, now this is an open shut case. I guess I should have known from the look in your face. Where she now references that look in his face again, where last time she was uncertain of what it meant. Now she says she should have known, as in it was almost, she could have figured it out. Every bait and switch was a work of art. So, like the life being blown in the wind, left or right. This again makes me think, well, in my life with God, and how he orchestrates my life, that I don't necessarily always know what he's got planned, but he knows exactly what he's got planned, and he's leading me in a specific path. So for me, that's how I understand it, unless this guy's just a really, like a big, what's that guy's name? Casanova, and he's just like, doing all the right things. I'm not sure if she's talking about God, or if she's talking about a guy. So that's very interesting. And then she carries on with the chorus, and she finishes with that after repeating it a few times. And then lastly, the outro says, hey, that's my man, baby, every bait and switch was a work of art. So the lyrics have been covered. I would be very interested to hear what you guys think about this. But yeah, stay tuned for more reviews. I was actually just about to start my series on starting a business during lockdown, but also thinking I want to switch that up with catching some trends on YouTube, because that's also how you gain exposure. And then I saw this. This is probably going to be a big trend. It's already a big trend. So I thought, let me jump onto that. I would ride her train and it can take me home to a big YouTube channel. No, it's not all about that, guys. It's not all about that. I was just making a joke. But thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't checked out Lily Hollow's Rebuild album or the music video that was recently released, link in the description. You can go check it out. If you want to get guitar lessons, maybe help with your songwriting, you can also email you can email me. I will leave it in the description below, that email address. And subscribe to become a Zam Jammer. Thank you very much for watching this video. Give a thumbs up if you're a fan of Taylor Swift. Shot. Cheers.